And hello there, and today I'm going to give you an honest review of Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. Now don't get this confused with Tainted Grail Conquest, because that is a completely different game, card-based game where, you know, it's roguelike and all that kind of stuff. So let's go on there and continue our game. Here, I'm going to try it again and get this going. Okay, now this game is more like a Morrowind. You're a first person, you run around with swords or magic or bows, and you just run around, you kill stuff, you do quests. So it's like, the standard RPG cookie cutter type of thing. But overall, I'm gonna, to get to the point there, this game is basically, okay. It's like a 5 out of 10 basically. It's not that horrible. It's not that great. The quest line is okay. You're like, King Arthur, Avalon type of a thing. Was in the past, and the druids have taken over and done some weird things, like you can see here, the people mutating them, stuff like that, and the whole quest line revolves around somebody wants to revive King Arthur from the dead, like 600 years later, and apparently he is a bad guy and a dick, and all the other knights are pretty horrible when it comes to how they treat their people and stuff like that, and their rules and stuff like that. So you don't know who's going to be good and who's going to be bad, type of thing. And you just have all this quest line. It's on a small island, but it's relatively big in the terms of actually running around and exploring stuff. You got to collect. You can collect the hunting stuff. You can collect the materials. You can craft potions and armor and stuff like that. Hey, it worked this time. I had an error. I think alt tabbing and stuff like that will really screw this game up. Now this game is heavily on the graphics front right there, and my PC can't handle the higher graphics. I had to put it up to medium, at least for this video right here, and I'm in the town right here because everything is going to be heavily focused on that. But as you can see, first person, you run around, you have all your skills and stuff like that. But the problem is that makes this game not so great is the menu system is basically designed by somebody who probably got fired from an Xbox console game and did the menu systems just like that. So they are pretty much worse than the crap that the Elder Scrolls games have been doing right now. So we can take a look at this game. It would be much better looking probably on your computer because I'm a little bit of in the Stone Age here. But we can check out the menu system here. It is very basic, and you go to your inventory. It doesn't go to shouldn't be your inventory screen. This is like a character screen. If you want to go to your inventory, you have to click over to your bag, and there is some sorting thing going on there, but it doesn't sort the way you want it to sort. It doesn't sort it the way that I would actually want to sort stuff. So it's just, at least it has it. And then moving stuff around, it might be a little bit difficult. Some of the things I don't like about this is this is supposed to be crafting materials, and they add the food in there for the consumables, but they're also consumables. But that, that's okay. They're double. They're in there double. But at least you have some type of thing going on here. But you go to your status screen, and your status shows like basically nothing. I'll have your effects right here, but this is where they put proficiencies. They don't belong on your status screen. If you're going to make it your status screen, have actually all your stats, and it shows you your hit points and magic points and your energy basically, and stuff like that. And then your weight and money is way over here in the top hand corners. Stuff is all over the place. And then you have your different skills. So these skills are like the basic Morrowind type thing, all that stuff. All from like all the other games too. Morrowind wasn't the first one to do like stuff like this, but you have all your basic skills, and they level up as you do stuff with them. But you can't really see exactly what they do because they don't even have the text on there properly, and that's because I have larger text and they didn't fix it. If I put this down to smaller text, I'm sure all the text would fit in the boxes, but that is just an oversight, and I don't like it when they do tiny little texts I can't really see. I don't have like a 50-inch monitor I'm playing on. Like, come on. Let's go to the character screen there and check it out. You have your basic skills in this game. You got your strength, your dexterity, practicality, I guess would be closer to intelligence, maybe, basically. And then you got your perception, endurance, and spirituality. I can't say that. I can't get tongue-tied for your magic. And then you click on them, and then they have all these different skills. So I went over and tried to do some magic in this one here, but they're locked out. You need to get your attributes up to like 8 before the next one, then 11 for the next one. You got 3 real talent points. Another thing I didn't really like is when you level up, you don't get a skill point every level. It's like every other level, and there's tons of skills. Like, each one of these has 3, and then if you get them up higher, you have another 3 unlock, another 3 unlock. So every level, you should maybe get a skill point too. Maybe they want to do it for balancing issues, but these skills aren't really that great. Like half the magic skills right here are basically for magic, and fighting. So it's mostly like, your magic knight type thing or something like that. But yeah, spell casting has a 10% chance to do something. Well, 10% chance is nothing. It's basically not going to happen. Like some of the other skills right here, like if you have full mana, you get 100 armor. Well, that's good for if you can level this stuff up in there and just you'll go around and fight stuff and have extra armor. Most of the skills are like that in this game. You know, after casting a spell, your next attack is going to deal critical damage. Well, that's more, and another spell that's just basically for combat. So I don't know what these other ones are going to be like, but some of them are nice for the, you know, increase your backpack, and everything weighs really low, but you do end up getting over your backpack, and you're going to need it if you're going to go and play this game, and, you know, and stuff like that. But that is the way the skill points work in this game. And then you got your little quest tab, and nothing is really, it has these tabs for organizing, but you can't really organize them very well. That type of stuff. So, and then you can't really see on your status, you can't see, like I couldn't find it for the life of me on where your magic defenses are and your actual defense stats. Like I have to go over to my inventory to see these. I don't, it says armor right here, but it doesn't show me anywhere on the screen what my armor is at. And what about my magic armor? There's stuff for magic armor, there's stuff for critical chance, and all that kind of stuff, and hit chance. There's none of this information that should be on, you know, standard for any game is just not there, unless I'm missing something that's, you know, quite obvious to somebody else. But yeah, it's not there. It's missing a lot of stuff. I like, you know, why I don't care about this picture too much. You know, walk around like this. I just got this knight armor, by the way, and I, you know, and stuff like that. But let's go on there and check out this game. So I'm gonna check out the map first. So here's the map. You know, you start off over here on the beach after the tutorial stuff, and then you can run around over here to the keep, and then you have all this island to explore. And it's a pretty long trip to do these other things. And the one of the, yeah. So, and this is all you have, and this is under construction. But this will take you a long time. This is like I have over, like, you know, maybe 20 hours of play so far into this game. So yeah, because it's not bad, but it's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of talking to people and all that kind of stuff, and the graphics still aren't great if I'm going to be honest, for, like, you know, what they could be. But, you know, it's still a lower budget type of a game type thing. But that doesn't excuse the menu systems. Like, you know, that's just common sense stuff that they're not doing. So you can't give them, like, you know, top scores for that kind of stuff. All of the items and, like, you know, the plants and stuff and the enemies and stuff like that, they respawn in like 5 minutes. It is ridiculous in how fast these items respawn and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just, you know, one of the other things that's going on with this game is some of the quests you can't really, they're not polished, you know. Basically there's a quest to make a bird mask for 2 of the guys up on top of there, and if you do it for one of them, they won't take effect on the other one, and the rain is really laggy. I tried to, like, wait until the rain was done, but it rains again, type of thing. So let's go on to you know, before we get into the other comment, some of the other nice things in this game, there is still loading screen. So when you're going into items, like these doorways here, and they all look the same. You go inside here, and except for the, you know, the shops, basically some of the hidden shops, like the alchemy shop hiding over in there. But yeah, all these little buildings are just basically rooms, and they have all the exact same loot, and everything is placed in the exact same spot. It's kind of weird. You do have a stash in this game, so you get a stash chest over there, and there's another one lower on there. So there's stash chests pretty much all over the place, probably. So if I saw 2 of them already, I haven't really explored too much except for a lot of the talking and questing stuff right there. But yeah, I wanted to show you, there's athletics. So basically, what you're doing when you're starting this game, sneak. You basically don't even have to have anybody around when you're sneaking, and your sneak will go up if you're moving, and then you can sit there and jump like this and get your athletics up. You can just basically start the game off, and this is all you're going to be doing is sneaking and jumping if you want to raise your skills and make them more efficient type thing, and of course running for the other one type there. But I'm here for a reason. You have your loadouts. Okay, let's go back to the character. You have your 4 loadouts, and magic in this game is basically an item. There is no you have your magic points, but there's no magic you know, skills or something like that you normally see. These are just items. And this is like, you know, the ghetto cheap version of having magic in your game is just having items that have an effect. So that's what these are. That's what the spells are just basically glorified items with effects that, you know, they call magic. They, you know, and that's what, you know, they have their damage and stuff like that, but, you know, that's okay. They have 4 loadouts. It's not bad. It's an easy system to do. It's not that horrible. It's just, you know, cheap and all. But anyways, but here I want to show you one of these little exploits you can do if you're going to play this game. Here's an exploit. Let's put my magic points up here. Oh, yeah, and just so you know, we'll tell you where this is. So when you start off over here, just over here in that little area right there, you can see a little alcove right there. Right there is going to be a little statue of, like, some woman, like broken statue. If you go there right away and you get the little flowers or whatever that she wants for an offering, if you make that offering, you get a spell. And one of those spells is a healing spell. So this is one here. It says it's just heals 20, and this is going to be fixed, I pretty much assume. But this heals 20 hit points every second for like 7 seconds. It's not supposed to. It's a cheap nature. It's like a cheap spell versus the one I found later on, which says 45 hit points over 10 seconds, and that's what it actually does. And it costs twice as much magic to use, and 45 hit points over 10 seconds is not 20 hit points a second, and it costs twice as much. That's, a bug type of thing. I would classify that as bug. But here is an exploit right here. This is King Arthur's Excalibur sword. Nobody can touch it because it hurts you. So I'm going to touch it and then hold the button down, and I'm taking damage here. And as you can see, I'm going to cast a spell, and then I'm going to hold it and take... I could have done that at the same time. You can do both. And I'm going to be taking damage here, and I'm doing this because it's going to raise my armor. So whatever armor type you have on, light, medium, or heavy, it's going to raise your armor skill. I already have it pretty high, so that's why it's going to take a while. There it goes. Heavy armor, level 30, 31. And so I can keep doing this as long as I want, because, my magic is going up. It's been a couple levels, so I actually have some decent magic regen and magic cap, so I can actually do this. And I can just keep going on and on. So this is one of the exploits that will probably be fixed. Well, if that healing spell is fixed, it's not going to be so easy to do this, and I don't think they might change that heavy armor. But yeah, it counts as doing damage to your armor. And a shield block, it doesn't work on. I tried that. I tried blocking at the same time, which you can do and hold the button down, but it doesn't count as an actual block to exploit your skills up. So yeah, you can easily exploit your skills that way in this game and stuff like that. So let's go over some of the other things that might be neat. This is like a huge place to explore. All these little things you get to go up. It goes up and around. All these walls all over the place. They go way over to that tower and other towers, and the towns are it's just a lot of running around. But once you have something explored like this, you can go ahead and choose to fast travel, and it's not really on this icon. It's just beside the icon. Or whatever, sorry, and I can just click on that to fast travel and say yes. And this is the fastest fast travel I have ever seen. Look at that, I'm there. So yeah, that is ridiculously fast. That is a big positive for stuff like this. And then these things will just respawn right away. So they just keep coming back and forth. I'll collect them. And now we'll just run around the map and running and jumping to raise your skills and check out the fights and things like that. So let's go to my magic right here. There's some wolves down here. If I kill them and run away for a minute, they'll be respawned again, type of a deal. But now they're easy to kill. At the start of the game, they might be a little bit challenging, but I just got to run in there and shoot a fireball, and that doesn't kill them yet, one shot. But yeah, this is the when you're first starting your magic basically is going to take it's going to take it's still going to take 2 shots to kill them, but or maybe 3 or 4, but your magic is gone after a couple seconds. Same with the stamina usage of your weapons. This is horrible stamina usage. When you swing your weapon, you can hold it down for more power, but it just keeps draining. And when you swing, all my stamina is gone. That one swing and I'm done and I got to rest. You can't block when you're out of stamina, and it just takes a while. Now you can block. There is perfect blocks and stuff like this game which stagger them and use your thing, but yeah, little auto save feature. Look at that, one swing and that's almost all my stamina. You can't be smashing buttons in this game for attacking or stuff like that. Let's see what my sword does here. I haven't really used this yet on these little undead. Let's swing it. I don't even have the range to kill them. You would think it'd be longer range. There. I didn't even hit. He hit me, but I couldn't hit him. Let's wait. Oh, he did double attack, and the one attack doesn't even hurt him very much. And he did the swing. I'll just swing at it again. There you go. And they're faster, so I gotta wait for them to attack. And I got no stamina though. So let's go back up. There you go. Two-handed. That's what. And when you level up your skill, it'll use less stamina. It just takes forever. Can't block because that one hit took all my stamina. Yeah, so yeah, melee combat. What's it? Undead Tooth? I'm still collecting those? I don't know why. I did that quest already, so that's another weird thing going on there. Let's put that away. So yeah, combat, exploration, going around there. There's lots of hidden stuff like underneath this water here, which is blood, half blood and stuff like that. There's a little doorway under there for a cave in a mine, and those mining resources respawn. And I went to the I respawned in a minute basically, and no joke for some of them, and some of them they don't. Some of the guys respawn right away, and some of them don't. It's 50-50 on which guys are going to respawn right away and which ones are not. It all depends. I think these guys, have they responded up there yet? Yeah, so these guys haven't responded. They must have been a one-time deal. There's some bandits up here. You never know what's going on. That's a dead guy, by the way. You collect their bone, mandrake. I'll take that. That is what this game is like for its gameplay. It's a lot of that stuff. So there is a lot of positives. Like if you want to go farming, it's not going to be too bad. Like if I want some leather and stuff like that, I can kill these deer, and then I can just go kill those wolves and go over there and get their wolf hides, and I can come back and the deer will be alive. But there's some deer over this way too, I think. So if I wanted to kill these 2 deer, I can go over there and kill those 2 deer, come back, and these 2 might be alive. And they're a little bit stronger than some of the other guys on there. Make sure I hit them. There you go, close enough. There you go, deer pelt. I wanted leather, guys. Come on, don't you have any leather on you? Nope. Yeah, there you go. You got leather. But yeah, it's just the standard gameplay like this, and lots of the guys on there. There is a ton of enemies when you get to the places where they are, and they are grouped together. So you're not going to have like an easy one-on-one fight to deal with all the time. You're going to run into groups of guys and big ogre guys too that are pretty huge. That it took me like 15 minutes to kill an ogre because my magic wasn't as good as it is now, and but you can cheap them out. Like this guy here can be cheaped out. I did hit him. But yeah, I haven't been over here really yet. I've been through here in the water, and I saw a whole bunch of guys. Well, that's a heavy item. Shouldn't have picked that up. But anyways, yeah. But lots of these guys are like over here on this beach here are all grouped up. There's 3 of them right there. And then if you're not careful, they respawn right away. So there's some little dinky guys that respawned right away. Oh, there's 4 of them now, and stuff like that. So yeah, there's just tons of guys that are all grouped up that you got to fight for bigger fights and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, it still works. I have come across some little bugs and glitches and all the items you got to pick up. There's just tons of items to pick up in all the houses in the outside area. Like you see, there's just tons of herbs and stuff like that. You can make potions. But with that healing spell, I had made all this food I cooked up and made cooked meals and stuff like that, which you can do randomly. It has like 3 holes, 3 options to sticking your food in the cauldron, and you can put anything you want in there and make your own recipes up if they're actually in the game type thing. If they're not in the game, you get crap for food and you wasted it. But overall, if you have that spell right away, like I didn't have it right away because I didn't know it was there. But if you have a healing spell, then you don't really have to worry about it. But it does go up. So if your cookie skills goes up, the healing goes up on your food items. Everything is a little bit neat like that. So they have a lot of work to do to polish this menu system up. And some of the gameplay things going on here. But yeah, it's still pretty good. And all the text in this game, well, most of the conversations has voice acting. Except for this guy. Yeah, he does have voice acting. Yeah, so they all have the voice actors, and they all say what all their text. I haven't really come across people that have not saying their text. I'm just skipping through it. So you can skip through the text. You can listen to all their stories, and all that kind of stuff. I should do that. Probably part of the quest. Get that done out of the way. Yeah, I already said this already. Go away, I want to leave. Okay, good enough. So yeah, it's the basic standard stuff, but it has voice acting, so there is the good things and the bad things of this type of game. So it's definitely worth playing if you have nothing better to do. Maybe it can only get better on updates, I would assume, and if they get their heads out of the asses, so to speak, on some of the way that this stuff is displayed, and actually put your actual real stats on the screen somewhere, and maybe just redo this whole screen right here, really change this up, add some more options up here, and stop trying to design your screen to be used with only a controller and only a console. Do PC first and do console after, or you're going to end up with crap for your system. Is that a rope I can pick up? There you go. Tons of crap. But yeah, that's my review of this game. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.